Wappinger Zoning Board of Appeals to order. Roll call.
Mr. Casella?
Here.
Mr. Gallardi?
Here.
Mr. Delacorte?
Here.
Mr. Krieger?
And I'm here. First item on tonight's agenda is the minutes from February 26th. Everybody get a chance to read them?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do we have a motion to accept them, or are there any changes?
Okay.
Okay, motion's been made and second to accept the minutes from February 26th. All in favor? Aye. So carried. Okay. Next item on tonight's agenda is the public hearing on Appeal 1976-7670, variance from NERP Holding Tractor Supply Company and Retail Store, seeking an area variance of Section 240-96F and 240-97B in the district regulations in the HB zoning district, where it's required that an undeveloped parking area be maintained as additional landscaped area. The applicant can provide banked parking area to be asphalt, thus requesting a variance of landscaping requirement to allow undeveloped parking area to be used as fenced outdoor display area. Also, where 128 parking spaces are required, the applicant can provide 77 parking spaces, thus again requesting a reduction of the spaces under 240-96F to allow for the reduction of 51 spaces. Property is located at Route 9, identified by tax grid number 615-704-539-374 in the town of Wappinger. Are all the mailings in order?
They are.
Okay, could I have a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing. I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I understand that the Tractor Supply has asked for an adjournment. Is that
Yes.
correct? Is there anybody, I'd like to just ask, is there anybody in the audience like, if they're not going to be here, because what we'll do is we'll adjourn this meeting until the next meeting. But if you cannot be here, if you have anything you'd like to say tonight, we're more than willing to listen to you. I'm sorry?
Can I speak?
Certainly, come on up, though. Then that way, we'll get you on record, and then if you can't make it next meeting, you're at least on record. So if you could just state your name, please.
My name is Peter Lewis. I live in Fowler House Road.
Okay.
My property backs up to the property you're talking about right now.
Okay.
My septic system is in the backyard. I'm at the bottom of the hill. I already have a drainage issue, water running down into my property. And I'm not against this. I just want to see where, if they blacktop, where the runoff is going to go.
Okay. I don't believe anybody's here from, is this gentleman? You're not, are you from Tractor Supply, or?
Yes, my name's Al Glad. I'm an attorney at Cutting and Fader.
Okay.
We're new to the application, but we do represent the applicant now.
Okay. Is there any way you can answer these questions, or does the engineer have to be here?
That's more probably
Okay.
an engineering question.
This is, okay,
Do
what?
we have plans that we could show? Second
Yeah,
plans
we
there?
do.
Did he state his address?
Pardon me?
Did he state his
Yeah, you, just repeat your address, Mr.
14 Fowler House Road.
Fowler House.
I have the map. I can show you my property.
Okay, why don't you come on up here for a second? Let's see, Fowler House. Here's Fowler House.
This is my property right here.
Which one? This one here?
Yep, 512337. So, right at the bottom.
Oh, this one, I'm sorry, right here. Oh, okay, here you go. So, as you're saying now that the water, obviously I can see how the topography goes. What comes down into this area?
Yes, and this is
Okay.
my septic in here.
Okay,
And I have an expansion area in there already. I have water coming down right now off of the street.
Okay.
And I'm just concerned, I'm not saying I'm against it, I'm
so
concerned.
here's,
Is there a hydrology thing?
So basically what they're doing is taking, the discussion that they had at the planning board meeting was, in essence, what they're doing is they're collecting all the runoff and then piping it underground to this facility.
Oh, okay.
So, and then this area is not going to be
Right.
So I think in some respects, probably it may be beneficial.
it's gonna help you a little bit
Because
with the drainage.
they're collecting all the drainage from this area. And under recent revisions, basically since 2005, the EPA has required under the Federal Clean Water Act that that the stormwater that flows off of a property after it's developed has to go greater than it was before.
We don't have it, the drainage one.
So, and they'll run, it's called a stormwater pollution prevention plan. So there should be a copy of that submitted, which this board probably didn't get. but
Yeah,
there will
we don't
be-
have it handy, do we, by any
But,
chance?
but again,
No.
it'll have a detailed calculation.
It's not on there.
Flows.
Can you give me the name of the engineer then, who's done the hydrologist? study?
Sure. Barbara, if you could, do you have an email address?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if we could, if you just give it to Barbara or B, what we'll do is we'll send you a copy of the SWIP.
Okay,
Yeah.
that would be great.
And,
Do we have one already?
I believe so, I'm not sure, but by the end of the project, that has to be reviewed.
Right.
And in order to do any construction activities, the town engineer has to certify that the post-development flow is no greater than the pre-development flow. So, and that's part of the requirements. The other thing is that what this has got to, one of the other requirements that the town has is that the property owner has to execute what's called a stormwater maintenance agreement, which requires them to maintain all the stormwater facilities on the site. And if they don't do it, then the town has the right to come onto the property and make whatever remediations there are, and then assess it against the tax bill. So, and that's again, basically required by the Clean Water Act. So, so there's a lot of regulations that we have in place regarding the stormwater, so that's one of the more regulated areas. And then I guess, I don't know if you have it on.
Before you go,
Sure.
Mr. Van, and this is the area in here that we're really interested in. Normally it would be grass, but they're asking to have it blacktop, just so that they can put their equipment on it to display. So that's basically what we're really looking at, that, and also they're dropping the number of, because there should have been parking places in here, but they're dropping them, they're asking to have them removed and just have, how many, what, you know, 77 instead of what they're supposed to have. Which tells me that I know a lot of people I know are probably a little interested in like the traffic and all of this. And basically, if they're reducing the parking, they certainly are thinking that, you know, they're really not gonna have as many people coming in.
No,
as far as I'm concerned.
Did they get the engineer to rehydrate this for the hydrologist test with the runoff?
Yeah, that's
what it
Since
is.
it
it's all based on that.
Yeah.
So basically, the way, what the setback does, or I'm sorry, what the SWIP requires is, basically what they do is they do a study of the existing conditions of where all the flow comes from. And again, the engineers that came in, did made a nice presentation. What they do is in essence calculate how the flow runs on here. And then what they're going to do is they then do a second calculation as to, they model what the flow would be after all of this is paved. And then what they have to do is compare both and make all of the.
So they've done that since the variance was put in, because this
Well,
was
the variance-
originally was grass.
The variance has not been.
Nothing. It's been-
So they haven't done a hydrology study on the difference of that
Oh, I
being
believe
grass.
they've done it. Have they done that or not?
As grass? No, I don't, that's one of the things we could ask for. I don't, so, in essence,
It was always going to be impervious, right?
right, so, I mean, that's the edge.
It's never been grass. Right.
So I would imagine
No.
they're
It's
switch.
just- all right, okay.
So, so just as far as what the variance is being requested, so what the variance is being requested is that under our code, there's a certain, for retail, and this is just straight retail, right? We don't have big box or anything.
No,
No, no, no.
retail.
So the problem is, under our code, stores like this have the same parking requirements as if it was a Macy's so a Hannaford or something like that. So a Tractor Supply, a Home Depot, a Lowe's are all much bigger stores. They have, in essence, they're in some respects like a warehouse, but they would have, our code doesn't distinguish between the different retail uses. And what the applicant is saying is based on their track record in Tractor Supply, this is in some respects even overclocked.
So one of the things we did ask him was, what is comparable to the size that you have here today? What is the normal set of parking spaces that you have? And 77 they're asking for more than accommodates what they need for similar sizes.
So
we
if
did ask
they didn't get if they did not get the variance, how many spots would they need? What does it say?
It's like 128.
128,
Yes,
yeah,
They would need
128.
128 spots on this.
Okay, I'm not against the variance at
Yeah,
all, I just want to make sure, you said that was impervious to begin with. That was my only concern, was the runoff in my septic area, that's all I'm concerned about.
To just reiterate what Jim said, the SWIP plan, or the Stormwater Prevention Pollution Plan that he's referring to, would have considered that, I
Okay.
would think, as impervious. And the Jim's had mentioned initially too, the whole development is probably gonna improve the drainage on your lot, because now it's all gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Into this basin, which is what it's there, to collect
Yeah.
the stormwater.
The reason why they're asking for the variance regarding impervious is that the way the town code is written is that the planning board has the authority to what we call bank parking. So in a situation like this, we would have the ability the planning board would have the ability to not require all the spaces, but say that there's sufficient space on the site to add additional parking if it was needed. However, what our code says is that if you do that, you need to landscape it. So what they are asking for is, rather than landscape it, use it as an outdoor storage display. And what the thought behind that is so that in the event this building becomes a Macy's or some other, this storage area would no longer be used for outdoor storage, it would be used
Go
for
back.
parking.
Go back to the original.
So that's the rationale, and what, in essence, they're trying to do is reduce the amount of pavement on the lot.
All
So
right.
that's the point of the variance,
All right,
okay?
Yep.
satisfied, thank you.
All right, good. Thanks, Tom.
Can I get some of my email?
Yeah.
And just,
We have one more.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I was just going to introduce myself.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
My name's Alec Glad. I'm an attorney at Cuddy and Fader.
Right.
We represent the applicant for this project. We're new to the matter and we're still being caught up. Neil Alexander from my office will also be working on the project and may be appearing for this board as well. I wasn't expecting to have to talk or have anyone show up, so I haven't prepared any formal remarks or presentation, but I just want to thank the board for considering our adjournment and the application, and then we look forward to meeting with you on the 26th.
Okay, and it is going to be adjourned until the next meeting, which is March, or let's see, April 26th, sounds right? Yeah, 26th.
just one other point for the record procedurally. This is going to proceed as a coordinated review. So this is an unlisted action under seeker.
Right,
We would have the ability to either proceed on our own
okay,
or allow the planning board to be lead agency.
lead agency.
So we've had a discussion with the applicant regarding that, and it probably makes the most sense to have the planning board serve as lead agency.
Okay,
The planning board has not yet circulated for lead agency status, but I think it would be appropriate for the board at this time to adopt a resolution to consent to the planning board serving as lead agency,
okay.
so that when they circulate, they know the position.
Yeah,
I know how this board loves to do seeker review, and how it really pains you to defer to the planning board on that issue, but,
I know. So could I have a motion to defer the seeker to the planning board as lead agency?
I will make a motion for a secret to the planning board and declare them lead agent.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Good.
so,
That's, pardon me? Sure.
Hey, Jim.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity for mine, why would seeker be, why would the planning board be lead agency versus the zoning board? Why do
They-
you say it's preferable?
they typically do the seeker review.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, so basically, under seeker, any agency that has discretion to grant or deny any application, with some limited exceptions under New York law, if it affects the environment in any way, they have to do a determination under seeker. You have to do a seeker review. Now, for purposes of the zoning board, variances that deal with single-family houses or two-family houses are exempt from seeker. They're what are called type 2 actions. So type 2 actions do not require seeker review. About the only time we really do seeker review at the ZBA level, for the most part, is with respect to a site plan application that is pending or a use variance. So for the most part, on site plan applications, which is what this is, the planning board, if it's an unlisted action or even if it's a type 1 action, they have to do another review. So if you do a coordinated review, one board does the review, listens to the comments from the other board, and then reaches a determination, and this board would then be bound by that decision. This board has the ability to participate in the process, make any comments in the seeker review if it deems it to be appropriate. But if it saves work, you don't want to duplicate the work, because if we did it in this case, the planning board still has to do
Right.
it. So, and most of the aspects of the project, we understand based on the comments of the neighbors that stormwater is an issue. For purposes of the variance, yes, the stormwater here, this variance actually would make the stormwater situation better because it's reducing the impervious surface. But the ZBA doesn't have to get into a lot of the details of reviewing the stormwater system that the planning board does.
That's great.
So, the planning board has to review all the traffic aspects and everything else. So, some of the issues here are very, very discrete, but the problem is when you do a seeker review, we have to look at all those other issues. You have to look at the cultural issues. You have to look at the visual aspects. You have to look at the traffic impacts. You have to look at community character. You have to look at the broad range of things which really don't affect this application per se. So the planning board is better off
Yeah,
because
that's their purview.
they're looking at more areas that are required to be reviewed under seeker, but are not necessarily germane to this ZBA application currently pending.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
Anything,
So
any other questions?
now- No, we're good.
I have a motion now to, no, postpone, I guess, this,
Adjourn the hearing.
adjourn this meeting. This variance, which is appeal number 197670, until the next meeting, which is March 26th. Could I-
I'll make a motion to adjourn this public hearing to next meeting.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. So carried. Okay. Any other business that you would like to discuss? Okay, could I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor? So carried. So it is.